Please work, please. Oh, it works. Look, I'm gonna look green today. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know. I don't even know what to tell you, except for I forgot to stop the music, and I got to jump in this VC with Jen. Everything was working. I woke up at 4 a.m. today because I'm still on vacation time, and everything was working. And then all of a sudden, my microphone stopped working, and then everything stopped working. So we're gonna look a little green today. I might be able to mess with it. Does it look green on your end, Jen?
Yeah, you look like a little jaundiced.
Nice. Let's see. I think I actually can change this part. Let's just fuck the whole thing up. Let's see if we can take down the internet today.
I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, you and I haven't actually talked on the phone in like a week, but it wouldn't. First call in a week.
We don't
What's
talk.
not working now?
What's that?
I said first call this morning. What's not working now? Not even surprised anymore. It's like any other day.
Let's try this. What does the color key do? What happens if I go blue? It doesn't change it.
Color.
I think that's supposed to be for for a green screen. I don't know how to make. Let's see. I can change this light up here. Add a little darkness to it. That looks green. That looks better. Do I look less green now? All right. I think that's as good as we're going to get today. So sorry about that, everyone. Hi, Jen. Good talking to you.
Good morning, sunshine.
It is a good morning. How was your week off? What'd you do?
A whole lot of nothing.
You didn't do anything?
No.
You didn't yell at people on the internet?
No. No, I kind of honestly, I kind of like checked out TikTok and stuff like that. So I didn't. I kind of avoided a lot of things. So
I tuned in one night and I saw Bobby G, and I was like, "Fuck, that's not good." It's like, how did that happen?
Well,
I didn't know that loser was like back. He was.
Yeah, and he's mad at you.
He's mad at me?
Yeah. Still? You're a scammer.
Is he talking shit about me again?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess you're a regular topic of conversation.
In front of he can't be bad mouthing me in front of 24 people.
Thanks for the sub.
It's people are going to definitely revolt against you for sure with the whole 20-something people in his lives. So
this green screen is going to drive me absolutely nuts today. I can't even look at it. Like it just goes green. Let me do this.
Well, in Discord said RTP is looking for his Fiona, and where is the donkey?
What is this? Auto. What if I do auto? Boom. I think I fixed it. Look at that.
There you go.
I fixed a thing. Fuck all you people.
Good job. High five.
I just had to turn on auto on the camera there. There we go. All right. Well, Bobby, if you're here, I'm sure you're watching. Go fuck yourself. Didn't he get banned from TikTok for being a predator?
Well, not. I mean, yeah, he's lost an account, but it's everyone's got alt accounts for that exact reason. So
not me. I don't have any. I do have an alt account, and I can tell you this much: my alt account is already blocked by old booger Bobby. So I can't look available. I guess I can't watch it anymore.
Someone I know, someone we know, both of us know, sent me a link last night to something, and so I just clicked on it. They said like "Happy Holidays," and so I just clicked on it like a dummy, and it took me into his live.
Oh no!
So I said that was rude, not to give me a heads up because I didn't switch to an alt account.
That is not none of that is a happy holiday. There's nothing happy about him.
No, it wasn't serious. Like obviously, it was a sarcastic happy holiday. So,
well, I hope you do have a happy holiday, though. That helps at all.
Yeah.
How was that? What's your plan for Thanksgiving? Anything?
We're going over to former in-laws' house.
Oh, from your dead husband.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha. All right, let's get it going. Jen, thanks for being here. Guys, just a reminder, Jen was off all last week, and so was I. So there's going to be problems today, but we're going to make up for lost time. Today's going to be a little bit of catch up for me. I legitimately didn't watch or listen to anything the whole time I was there. So it was the flight home, and then this morning just catching up. So I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor today and be engaged and shout out suggestions while we're going, because I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of this stuff that as I go through, I'm going to be missing some context. So help me out. Jen, also, one other thing, I'm not getting on Streamlabs. It's not giving me the mini feed where I'm getting like notifications of super chats. So I'm not going to see any super chats apparently on Streamlabs today. So have to help me out with that. But as per usual, as we go through, we are crowdfunded. So you get the way that you can help us out. Those links are above or below, depending on where you're watching. TikTok, and obviously you can gift there, and then super chats through YouTube. And I don't even know what we call it on Twitch, but whatever it is. Thank you. Soup for my fam said, happy belated birthday, Jay. Thank you. And also thanks to Jackie and Marty, who on my birthday sent some cash apps. I wish there was a way to like respond to those outside of just putting a heart next to it, but I appreciate that. I enjoyed my birthday immensely. I was absolutely hammered on my birthday, and I haven't done that in a long time. So a lot of you saying MTG's retiring. I saw that. It's kind of what Republicans do. As soon as they lose Trump, they're just done. They're done in Republican politics, and they all walk away. I wish she was sticking around, honestly. They're going to replace her with some MAGA lunatic. I can't even remember who they said was like leading, but it's some psycho. Mark Kelly being investigated by the Pentagon. Yeah, I've got that one. Let's jump in just to the important stuff. The most important story of the day certainly has to be here, as the whiny bitchy liberals in California are doing something awesome. This is a line at Home Depot where apparently Home Depot sells a 17-cent ice scraper. And as they allow people to keep coming into ICE to keep using Home Depot for their raids, the libs in California have decided they are going to buy and then return thousands of 17-cent ice scrapers to make working at Home Depot a shit show. But here's a video of that. That's your neighborhood, Monroeville.
He's actually the richest drummer.
That's what actually was
resigning.
Can everybody's attention, please? If you're purchasing something,
I have been volunteering with.
we can come to this side. Come to this side for the customers to walk through. Not the same.
There's so many people. All just holding an ice scraper.
But they still have like a good amount of it.
All right, that's enough of that. That's amazing. That's my kind of good trouble. Just like silly gooseness. I'm a big fan of silly gooseness. All right, moving on. This was thanks Swiss Mike for dropping this morning in the Discord.
Happy Cranksgiving! It's time to.
I literally. Whoops.
Happy.
I forget her name already. But this is just an update on, I guess, so far on Tuesday, how the Trump administration's already taking L's. A lot of this stuff we're going to cover today.
Thanksgiving, it's time to talk about Donald Trump's L's for the week. It's only Tuesday. You told everyone you had a plan to fix the ACA subsidies, and as the host of CNN was reading this headline out loud on TV, she had to
Amanda's mild takes is who this is.
interrupt herself to say, actually, we've just heard it's being postponed. Consumer sentiment has hit lows similar to those during the, can you guess the recession? That's right. Good job. There's not enough Joe Rogan in the world to get the.
Who is that? Yeah, I played a Rogan clip that I thought was new, and it was from last year. I get you, Misfisted Trouble. That's pretty good though. If that's the correction you can get me on, that's not bad. Considering I play like hundreds of clips a day, that's not bad there. And I apologize for playing a outdated Joe Rogan clip and that it's still bothering you.
youth vote back for you now that none of them can find jobs. And instead of fixing literally any of that, you are too busy accidentally invading Mexico. You took those signs down so fast. My favorite part is if you zoom in on the signs, they say Department of Defense. Both James Comey and Letitia James's prosecutions have been dismissed, so the DoD doesn't know what it's doing, and you don't have any good lawyers who work for you. So the thing you've decided to do now is go after Mark Kelly? Okay. You've lost probably your biggest supporter in the House of Representatives. Majority's looking smaller and smaller there, bucko. And as more and more people get tired of your nonsense, Democrats have swept dozens of school boards across the country. You tried...
That story has been underappreciated, but there was a real concern about Moms for Liberty and their ability to capture school boards. It happened in Arizona, too, where they're just being cleaned out. Moms for Liberty, I think a lot of people thought it made sense until they were just like, what if we just stopped doing medicine, science, math, and we told everybody to be homeschooled? You know who doesn't want to homeschool their kids? Fucking everybody. Nobody. That would suck. That's hard. It's hard to homeschool your kid. It's like, I don't know what % of this country wants to homeschool their kids.
Blocking DHS grants to cities totaling in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and a judge was like, yeah. And yet another judge has blocked you from sharing IRS data with ICE. And yet another court has blocked you from dismantling the Institute of Museums and Library Services. People like libraries, and they don't like their school boards packed with book banners. There's a common thread here. I'm sure deportations.
Jen, Misfisted Trouble just has to be text on like a different account, right? Is that what we've decided? Gotta be. Is that text? Just say it's you. I get it. I know you're frustrated, bud.
You're going to have trials. Sorry about that. In 2022, you sued CNN for defamation because they called your claims that the 2020 election was stolen the big lie. You lost that case. You just appealed it, and it was tossed out. This is a 3-judge panel, and 2 of them were Trump appointees. Doge so completely and utterly failed to do literally anything that they've been disbanded with 8 months left in their charter.
Remember that one time I went on Jubilee and we talked about Elon Musk and Doge, and all the Republicans on that panel were talking about how Doge was going to save our country. And then it just did nothing. It just gave Elon Musk access to a bunch of government programs. That was it. All right, is it frozen on TikTok? Sorry. I don't know what to do about TikTok. Sorry about that.
Maybe because Elon Musk was too busy doing this sort of thing. He enrolled in About This Account section on Twitter. It shows where your account is based. Want to guess where all the big MAGA influencers are based? I'll help you out. Nigeria, Russia, India, Bangladesh, Vietnam.
That's perhaps my favorite one. That one I did see because my brother, he's Groyper adjacent. Like he just has Groyper adjacent friends. So a lot of these big accounts, but more like a MAGA. It was the Groypers more making fun of them. But all these big MAGA accounts that were just in India and Pakistan and Nigeria and Russia. That was cool.
All those accounts claiming to be blonde.
No, he doesn't think you're cool. He doesn't think you Groypers are cool, just so you know. He thinks that you guys don't have anything better to do.
Women in Kansas wrapped in the American flag are actually sweaty 50-year-old men in Bulgaria. Maybe all the Doge employees could move to Bulgaria and get a job. Because right now they're just scared that they're going to go to jail. Like this guy. An Arizona leader of Turning Point USA. Yes, that Turning Point, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point, has just pled guilty to what? Election fraud.
As the second Republican in Arizona in the last 2 years to get caught for election fraud. Still waiting on the Democrats.
Is this a big lie too? It's not. He's going to jail. RFK Jr. has rehired literally everyone that he fired during the shutdown. And the Ukraine deal that you just got.
I was on the Epstein list, but it was literally just me, your mom, and your dad in some, I wouldn't call them family photos, but some fun photos.
From Putin, copy-pasted and put out into the world is getting you dragged. When even the New York Times calls you Neville Chamberlain. Just a need of the gonads. Oh, and literally no one wants to invade Venezuela. Not a single person. 70% of America is like, what are you doing? 3 out of 4 Americans say you need congressional approval to invade Venezuela, including over half of the Republican Party. It's okay, babe. I'm sure if you keep attacking Mark Kelly, a combat veteran and actual astronaut, everyone will forget that you're a draft dodger who can't take a poop unless the toilet is made of gold. Happy.
That's my first experience with Amanda's mild takes, and I gotta be honest, I'm a fan of Amanda's mild takes. All right, that gets us through everything I think we missed for the week, and now let's jump in here. There is a new movement by, I don't even know if it's a movement. I only heard it from Trump, to free Tina Peters, because what Republicans, MAGA people hate more than anything is getting caught doing things wrong. Tina Peters, if you remember, in Colorado, got busted for just basically trying to steal an election and giving Republicans access to steal the election in Colorado. She was caught. It was an open and shut case. And now, for some reason, they're talking about her as if she's a hero. I don't think it was a mild take, but I even saw like Logic and Liberty say something like, there's a little bit of, like, some people think she's good, some people think she's bad. If you think Tina Peters is a hero who deserves a pardon, I guess like you don't really get to talk about how you're not a fascist anymore.
Still no decision from Governor Jared Polis on whether to release Tina Peters from prison in Colorado and hand her over to her allies in the Trump administration, who have called for her to be released. Trump applied more pressure via social media today, and a key Peters ally demanding she be freed is calling for Governor Polis and other state leaders to be executed. Governor Polis, who's a Democrat, had previously resisted calls that he pardon Peters' felony convictions for a scheme to sneak into Colorado's voting systems while she was Mesa County clerk. But Polis has not said if he will comply with the Trump administration's recent request to hand Peters over to federal authorities. Trump today posted on social media, quote, "Free Tina Peters, who sits in a Colorado prison dying and old for attempting to expose voter fraud in the rigged 2020 presidential election."
Yeah, except for that's not what she did. I don't know why they all just lie about what everybody did. She tried to cheat. She didn't expose anything. She's fucking dumb. If any of you watched any of her court cases, she's just a patsy. She didn't expose anything except for her own crimes.
Polis is being urged not to release Peters by a bipartisan group of county election clerks and by Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser, whose office helped to prosecute the case against Peters.
All the Republicans and all the Democrats who were involved were like, yeah, she needs to be in prison. She's a criminal.
Today, Joe Oltmann, a conservative activist and podcaster who is a close ally of Peters, called for Polis and Weiser to be executed.
I think all these people should be tried for treason and hung. I think Jared Polis should be hung. I think Jenna Griswold should be hung. I think Phil Weiser should be hung. I think they should hang by their neck until dead.
Cool. The problem with MAGA is they are so unwilling to admit to themselves that they've been lied to for years and that they've been duped for years. That now, when it just seems like everything's falling apart, their only response to any of that is like, everybody should die because I wasn't right. Yeah, I dare you to find me like I don't know. There's probably some left-wing content creator who has said something violent like that, but like not a peep. We're not going to have a peep about that. How did she have dinner with a week before you asked? Who? Oh, Lauren Boebert. I didn't know that about her.
Tina Peters has served 1 year of a 9-year sentence. She was convicted by a jury in Mesa County, and the Republican prosecutor who put her away is also asking the governor to keep her in state custody.
I just want to remind you of the judge in this case and what he said when he sentenced her. By the way, again, the judge isn't saying you're guilty, I make this decision. It's after a jury of her peers to find her guilty. And I just want you to remind you guys what the judge said.
Your reputation at this point is poor because of what you've done here and after. Your lies are well documented, and these convictions are serious. I'm convinced you would do it all over again if you could. You're as defiant as a defendant as this court has ever seen. There are many things in my mind that are crystal clear about this case. You are no hero, you abused your position, and you're a charlatan who used and is still using your prior position in office to peddle a snake oil that's been proven to be junk time and time again. This is nonsense. Our system of government can't function when people in government think that somehow, some way, the power they've been given is absolute in all respects. And that's where you fell. You have no respect for the checks and balances of government. You have.
Hey, somebody mute Miss Fisted or whatever that is. Is that what it is? Miss Fisted Trouble for 5 minutes. And Miss Fisted, you are welcome to stay here. You and your Groiper friends are welcome to stay here. But you've got to learn to pay attention to what we're doing here. Okay, I've got ADHD and it's distracting sometimes. I do want to engage with you guys. You're going to get 5 minutes, and then when you come back, you just got to stay on topic, okay?
No respect for this court. You have no respect for law enforcement. At the end of the day, you cared about the jets, the podcasts, and the people fawning over you. You abdicated your position as a servant to the Constitution, and you chose you over all else. Yes, you are a charlatan, and you cannot help but lie as easy it is for you to breathe.
Just a reminder.
Your reputation.
It was a simple case. She lost. The judge admonished her on the way out, like, you're just unrepentant. And now, just like they did with that idiot, Ashley Babbitt, they try and turn everybody who breaks the law for Donald Trump into a hero. So that was cool. Thanks, Amanda, for taking care of that. Appreciate you. All right. This just made me laugh. My favorite story of the week was Donald Trump's crush with Mamdani. I don't think I've ever seen Donald Trump smile so much ever. That's legitimately the happiest I've ever seen him. Thank you, Amanda. My Niners took care of business last night. Can you guys think of a single time you've seen Donald Trump happier? He wins elections, he's not that happy. His first wife died, he wasn't that happy. I'd imagine the only time he's happier than when he was with Mamdani is when he's watching like ice raids. I've never seen him smile and flirt. It was unbelievable. And then Mamdani went on with, what's this guy's name again? Adam Freeland. And shared this story of what it was like meeting with Trump. It was unbelievable. This guy's the greatest politician of all time. And he's been in office for 7 minutes.
Honestly, I knocked out on the plane.
You slept.
It's
a 30-minute flight. I mean, you looked a little bit like. That was the joke.
Oh, sorry, real quick. I forgot to get this real quick. Shell said, "How dare you go on vacay? Happy belated birthday. Thank you. I don't worry. I won't go on vacation for a long time."
Look on the internet. I don't know if I can make these jokes. You look a little bit like you took you hit nothing.
You can say it.
You look a little bit like you hit the edible before the flight.
Why would you
know
say
it was
that?
30 minutes. I'm
Why
sorry,
would you
Mr.
say
May.
that?
I
Why would you say that?
It's like, I don't know. I apologize. You walk it like
Did he sneak Trump an edible? Maybe that's what happened. Maybe Trump figured out how cool edibles are. Maybe that's all we needed with Trump all along. You just give this dude a little weed.
He gave you a tour of the White House?
He gave me a tour of...
What was the weirdest thing he showed you?
The Oval Office and the Cabinet Room. What's that?
He had to have shown you one thing weird.
I mean, he showed me the portraits of all the presidents in the Cabinet Room.
Yeah, he saved the FDR for you.
The FDR was beautiful.
It was really nice.
And we talked about FDR for a little bit. And honestly, you don't have the LaGuardia record if you don't have FDR.
Yeah.
But we talked about that. I walked in. First you get there, and it's just you alone, and there are two people like guiding you through to get to the Oval Office. And they're like, they want you to see this room and that room. And then I sit down waiting for the time of the meeting. And in front of me are like all these different coffee table books. And one of them is UFC at the White House.
Oh, yeah, he's bringing it there, right?
I had no idea, but I was...
Yeah,
there's already a coffee table book for UFC at the White House. That's amazing. I don't know if you guys saw it, too. I think Conor McGregor is going to wind up fighting on that card. He, after being held, I guess he settled for raping multiple people, went to Mexico and did, Ibogaine? And now he found Jesus. And so he's a Christian now. He's doing that whole, when you're a rapist, just tell everybody that you love Jesus and they don't care anymore.
Flipping through that.
Yeah. Thanks for the sub. And so you saw like guys fighting each other?
No, it was just a...
What was it? It was
visualization.
Of
like what the...
Yeah, the octagon is.
Yeah, it's going to look like.
Yeah. Are you going to go?
No.
Are you? Can I ask you a question? Like, how did you not laugh?
When the 135?
How did you keep the face during the press conference?
Oh,
because we were all dying, and I'm like, my boy Zoran was like just straight face. He said, "Just tell him yes."
Don't you dare tell me I don't know UFC. How dare you?
How did you keep that face?
Honestly, I was just thinking about New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the whole time I was trying to think about the difference between if you have a White House that is working towards an affordability agenda or one that's making it harder to live in the city.
Yeah.
That's kind of what kept
Do you feel like as if the president sees your popularity? You know, he loves the ratings. Ton of reporters. He sees it. He's, I think, handsome. I think he thought handsome. Did you have eyes up here, Mr. President? You were elected because you were trusted on your.
Say, baby, saying, find yourself someone who looks at you the way Cheeto Jesus looks at Mom Donnie. Good morning, Johnny. Hope you're doing well, bud.
Policies for affordability. Do you think he's maybe a little bit trying to like swagger Jack a little bit?
You know, I actually think there are a lot of places of disagreement with the president. I think one of the things that was remarkable to me is I told him that, our campaign started on October 23rd of last year, but the moment when a lot of people, or not a lot of people, some people started paying attention was after he won the presidency. We did the video on Fordham Road, Hillside Avenue. Yeah. We talked to Trump voters and we asked them why they voted for him. And it just went back to cost of living and it went back to cheaper groceries. Yeah. And that was a lot of our campaigin.
And he liked that it was 1 in 10, right? That's like he liked.
1 in 10.
He liked.
Did you see the guy who has the MAGA for Mom Donnie hat?
Yeah.
And then he did the.
How'd that feel?
The MAGA.
Mom Donnie won't talk shit about Trump anymore now because he needs him. Yeah, you guys feel good about that? We don't talk shit about Trump because he's our Lord and Savior, but now Mom Donnie's being a politician and he's careful with his words. Yeah, that's what you do. Because Donald Trump's a fucking toddler who will withhold federal funding if you say that he looks like shit. Yeah. He literally called him a fascist. Yeah, thank you. He said, right to his face, right next to him. He called him a fascist. And Don's like, you could say that, It doesn't even bother me when you say it, Zoran. I kind of like it when you say it, Zoran.
Kind of badass.
It was wild. I remember I was going to step on, it sounded like such a populist, everything is we. I was going to step on the stage at Forest Hills where we were doing our rally.
Did you think it was a prank?
Well, I had a member of the NYPD pull me aside and they're like, I just want you to know that there is a man in your line of sight with a red MAGA hat. We checked and he's actually sincerely here for the rally.
Oh, nice.
What you guys saying? He has something on Trump. Trump wants to be a populist. I've said this before, but if Trump wasn't completely surrounded by dumb fucks and didn't have the dumbest fucking people on this planet that vote for him, he could be a great president because Donald Trump, he cares about his perception. He watches the news all day long. He's very concerned about what people are saying about him. And if he wasn't a Republican, he could take populist ideas like universal health care and he could win on those. Donald Trump, actually, I still believe wholeheartedly, there's not a single MAGA person who would flip on Donald Trump if he said, we're going to do Bernie Sanders Medicare for all. Everybody would just go with it. But he's surrounded by fucking idiots who lie to him all the time about his poll numbers. All the fucking time. They always tell him how popular his ideas are, but there's not. He's a populist, and all his advisors are like dumb right, like Christian nationalist right. But Donald Trump doesn't read anything, and he doesn't know that much because he's not that smart. So if he had people like Mom Donnie around him, like if Mom Donnie just hung out with him every week, Mom Donnie could just walk him into being a socialist. It would absolutely happen. And Donald Trump would do it too because it would be very, very popular. Like Medicare for all would win 70% of the votes. If we just had on the ballot Medicare for all, yes or no, it would win overwhelmingly. That's the real shame about Donald Trump is that, I mean, I guess maybe you could say that it's poor judgment. It's probably not poor judgment, but like if he would have run as a Democrat and won as a Democrat, he would have surrounded himself probably with these same dumb Democrats that like Obama did. But if he could get better actual populists around him, he would be a consequential and like important president that would get a lot of things done. And instead, he's like, free Tina Peters.
So you really had to bring it. You had to do a Trump-style rally for him. You had to do YMCA. This guy's accustomed to some wild rallies. This guy's accustomed to a stadium full of.
It was just me and El Bizgar Church.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody from MTV Lebanon.
Did you expect him to like you as much as he did?
I was trying to prepare for a lot of different situations.
I know. It's like
name one successful capitalist country, Paul Smith. We'll just play this game. This is the dumbest fuck. Anybody that says name one successful socialist country doesn't know what socialism is. There aren't any. There's no socialist countries. There are zero socialist countries. There are zero capitalist countries. Stop playing that game. Like I know that you guys want to like prod, and I guess like I was with my family who's mostly not political, and my brother's girlfriend from Australia. She had some really interesting stuff to say about like the MAGA movement in Australia. But like, if people just understood basic things instead of argued politics all the time, we could get somewhere. But there's no such thing as a socialist country. There aren't any. You could do it, but there aren't any. U.S. isn't capitalist. They have capitalism, but so does every country you would call socialist. Quick, let's play this game. Name me a socialist country that doesn't have capitalism. I'll wait. It's so dumb that we have to have my whole life in politics, which started when I was about 19. It's been Republicans with that same dumb fucking argument. And we correct it all the time too. And you don't learn. You're like team capitalism, just like I'm team 49ers. Do I know why they won on Monday? Do I understand like how they're adjusting their play calling? No, I'm just a 49ers fan. You're just a fan of capitalism. Cuba has capitalism.
When you're on that plane taking that selfie, I mean, that could have gone in any direction. I mean, like, did that feel best case scenario, or like, were you like?
I mean, honestly, felt like the most productive meeting we could have had.
Yeah.
I mean, a meeting where we talked about ULERP, we talked about, groceries, Con Ed, rent, childcare.
I don't know what to tell you. Socialism and communism don't kill millions of their own people. People who call themselves socialists have. People who have called themselves communists have. People who call themselves Christians have. If people kill in the name of Christians or of Christianity, does that then mean that Christianity teaches to murder? I swear, like when people talk about a psyop, it's not like the Joe Rogan psyop, like there's a group of people pulling all the strings. It's just remarkable watching the chat sometime and watching how like 90% are it's just all indoctrination. It's just, this is better, this is worse. This is the worst thing ever, this is the best thing ever. It's just all indoctrination. All of it. Get it together. Why did Mao kill people? Because he was evil. Why did Hitler kill people? Because he's evil. Why did we invade Iraq? He's evil. Why did people murder millions of people? Evil. That's it. And evil's across like any sort of economic theory. I don't know why you guys credit like economic theories or economic ideologies for why people do evil things. That's silly. You shouldn't do that.
That feels like the best meeting you could have.
Yeah. Were Eric or Donald Jr. there?
No.
Did you worry that like to see that was maybe difficult for them?
I wasn't thinking about that.
Maybe it's like the hang has just been so bad. This cool guy came, and he's like, now I have to go back to these guys. Did he say, can you sleep over? Is he come up to New York and see you?
He didn't ask me that.
I bet he could. They could maybe have like a Trump Tower sleepover or something. That'd be fun. Father and Doug, don't read their books. Trust me, bro. Capitalism hasn't been tried. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Capitalism has been tried. Communism has been tried in this country. I mean, the state of Utah was capitalist before it was a state. Communist before it was a state. We've done it where I live, where I'm at right now. I'm in Mesa, Arizona. And literally the plot of land that I'm on right now was settled by the Mormons where they did communism. Worked out there. They were fine. Pay lazy people's bills. We do. We pay lazy people's bills all the time. We're paying all of Elon's bills. We're paying him to be lazy. Not even just paying his bills. We just pay Elon Musk to be lazy. This is actually a good segue. This worked out well. I'm not normally somebody like I'm not a consumer much of Hassan Piker's content, but I saw this. He was on with the trigonometry guys. And I thought this was really interesting. And I think this kind of explains what we were just talking about here. I think, does he consider himself a socialist or a communist? Does anybody know? Do we have any like Hassan fans here, or regular watchers of Hassan? Does he identify as something like communist or socialist? I'm not sure where he's at.